Hi everyone, Lolly here. Today I'm going to do a share with you on a project that I made. Not a junk journal, but it is paper related. And I just wanted to share it with you because I am in love with this little project. And didn't even know it was my style, but when I fell in love with it, I had to make one of my own. So let me set this down because I can't fit the whole thing in a frame. So I wanted to hold it out so you could see all of it, I think. And so let me get this hooked back up real quick. I don't want to make you too dizzy. Alright. I watched a video, a lot of videos, by Nichola Batttalina. And this was my inspiration piece. So I set out to find a frame like this. I went to the thrift store to Goodwill and I couldn't find anything. Everything was really small. And so what she used is the ATC card display, and she painted it and embellished it. And it's beautiful. But I couldn't find that, and I was too anxious to start making it to order one of those and wait for it to come in. So this is my version. So went out to, found this at Goodwill, this frame. It was really cool, 80s burgundy color, was scratched up. I brought it home and I painted it with Rust-Oleum, what is it, a hammered bronze color. And so it's actually in 3 pieces. It's all one now. So it had the frame, this little insert popped out, and then the backboard here. So I painted everything, put it together. The backboard I covered with the tissue paper, kind of like the Tim Holtz tissue paper with the writing and the birds and things like that on there, but it was just words, and I put that on there. Put a little bit of whitewash. I just put some white paint and some water in a cup, whitewashed the paper so it wasn't so just so defined, I guess, in the background. And these are not quite dry, I don't think. I'll flip it over and find out. So you get to see it was in a beat up old frame. All those little metal tabs have broken off as I've been working on it. So I'm going to get some brown paper and finish the backing the way it should be done. So I told you that one wasn't too dry. Hold on. So this one didn't want to stick. These are, and I'll show you, like I bought these embellishments. Is it going to focus? Really? Oh my gosh. I think they're Tim Holtz, but I couldn't remember. I've had them for a while, but they're old typewriter keys, and they all have the little emblems above it, so when you do the shift key, that kind of thing. So I'll put that one back on in a minute. So that's what those are. That's what I used for my numbers. Looks like maybe she used maybe those little metal plates or something. I can't really tell on here, but our cardboard cutouts. And so I had these corners. These also, when they are completely dry, I'll clean these up so that all the glue's not everywhere. But anyway, I just love this and I had to share it with you guys. So these corners I bought at Hobby Lobby, but I go into the section that's for woodworking, and there's a brand called the Wood Pile, I think it is. And I get my little handles and my hinges and my corners and different things like that we would normally buy from Tim Holtz. Then I buy them in the wood pile section, and I liked these because they kind of looked like wings a little bit. And so that's what those are. And the her plate in the middle is the little laser wood cutouts, but I didn't have that, and I had some, but I didn't have anything I could really make into a nameplate. So we went and looked and looked and looked. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, and you know, had to be kind of a certain size there, so I couldn't find that. So I ended up at Tuesday morning, and what I bought was this set, and they're just little wood laser cutouts also. I probably will never use the rest of those unless I use them for something else, but I cut out this piece. Well, I didn't cut it out. I put the paper over this one here, and it actually says, "You are my happy," or something like that. So I had to improvise a little bit, but that's what I found. So I'm happy with it. I covered it with scrapbook paper, And it was just this paper that I fell in love with at Hobby Lobby, and I've had it, and I didn't know what to do with it quite yet. But anyway, I covered with, it's not Mod Podge, it's a different brand, but it's the same kind of medium to put on there. Put the paper down, and then I used just a tiny strip of the Tim Holtz tissue just to give it a little bit of a background. And I just tore off a little piece and put it under there. And then I typed, if I could say it, Papiliones. It's not how I thought. I thought it was going to be Spanish, but it's not. So, Papiliones. There you go. Sorry. So, today I had to listen to that on the computer. I clicked, you know, where you can make it say the word over and over. And my son was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm trying to learn a new word." So, Papiliones is the word. And it's a family, I think, for the butterflies and moths and things like that. So, I typed that out. I distressed it just with some ink that I had bought not too long ago at the Austin Creative Reuse Store, which, you know, that's my favorite place. So Mod Podged all this down, and then I have glued it to the frame itself. I don't know if it's gonna focus so you can see it. Let's see. So that's my little emblem, and it's really just a little wood cutout from a different kind of set. Oh, I can't tell if it's focusing. And again, you can see the background. What I love about the background also is the frame is older, so it has a really rough, you know, the older frames have that brown side and it's kind of rough. That's what this has. So if you could see it up close, you could see that texture in the background. So I love that. Also, I can't think off the top of my head the Etsy shop that we printed the butterflies from. My daughter helped me because she has a much better printer than I do. So I will definitely put that link down there as well. They printed out beautifully. And so I just put a little varnish over them. Doesn't want to focus, I guess. Sorry. Let me put it back down. I put varnish over them so they were a little bit shiny. I don't know that I love that or if I would do it again. But anyway, it makes them stand out. So those are the butterflies. I think the set came with maybe 26 butterflies that you could use for your project. And these are the ones I picked out to put on my frame. And these were all my favorites. So I haven't really done anything like this before. So I am tickled pink at how pretty it came out. And I'm going to find just the right wall as soon as it all gets dried here and hang that up in my house. Normally if I make something, it goes into the shop and I sell it, or I make something for someone else. But this project I was determined to make for myself, and I love it. After I printed the butterflies, we cut them out. My daughter had the cut and scan, and so she cut those out, and I put the varnish on, and then they have just the tape on the back. Just to raise them up just a little bit, the sticky tape, and so it raised them up off the board just a bit. So there's my share. Had to show it to everybody. I normally do tags and junk journals and things like that. So this I'm in love with. So this guy is my favorite, and this guy, but they're all beautiful. So again, I'll put that link for her shop in the description box. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. It's been a few days, but thanks for letting me share my project with you. I really enjoyed it, and just shows for my $3 frame because it was Orange Tag Day at Goodwill, so I got it for half price, so it was only $3. So for not a whole lot of money, I think I made a really beautiful piece that's going to hang on my wall, and I just love it. And so thanks for sharing time with me. Hope you're all doing well. And I'll wrap this up. I'll put the links below, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.